Praise the Lord. You just feel better when you say it. It's American's apple pie. I do have me an apple pie here. Got that at the second food bank that I've started to go to. Got my appointment successful for that. Appointments at the next one. That same food bank is on Sundays at 8 p.m. is when they open up for slots. And I'll be definitely making a reminder on my phone to do my appointment then. This video is kind of a different kind of one. It's about habit forming and being in the mindset of forming those habits. If you've never lost your home, you may have never lost the habits. They may have just rolled off from one family member onto you, and it's been a very natural process. But when you regain a home, no matter what kind of home it is, you often have to think about, how am I going to plan my day and make it the best it can be? A lot of times things like doctor's appointments and like food gathering, combining those trips, doing it the very best you can. Those are some topics I'm going to include in this video here at the end of the event, end of the afternoon, kind of. It's going to be starting my lunch. I went and got sushi, and I went and also got some cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls in Maine go back through the eons. Me and my mother made cinnamon rolls from scratch when I was homeschooled in 5th grade. I was only homeschooled in 5th grade, but Rita Kay was the best teacher. She was teacher of the year back then. And so cinnamon rolls are good. So is sushi. So is a healthy drink. Like I like my kombucha drinks. We're going to learn a little bit about how I have been thinking. And it's not just brand new to me today, but this is an example. Hopefully this will be a good video that you can share to someone else who may have defeated homelessness. Or if you already have, maybe you have other suggestions or clues or things I can be aware of. But take a look at what I've got compiled today. I have learned to make my appointments so that it is not quite lunchtime. Like right now it is. But make sure I get my appointments done at a time when it's like after lunch or before lunch. Because here's why. They give me a free bus pass with the care navigator. At the end, she's like a lady that is between my doctor's office is over here, but you see the doctor's office over that way. Well, when she's at lunch, see, I get a free bus pass every time I come to the doctor. And it's just good for me to keep that habit of knowing I don't have to wait for her to be at lunch. And I can just grab it. Right now she is. And I'm going to go to the pharmacy. I'll probably get it. I have bus passes with me right now. But I'm just saying in that living richly. And that like, it's going to be here anyway. Why not just go ahead and have it? If I do this all the time, right? I can have a vehicle, Donna, and still go get my bus passes to give them out to someone who needs them. Because it's going to happen anyway, as long as I just remember to have my doctor's appointment end when it's not lunchtime. And then this care navigator lady, she'll be happy to just, here's your bus pass because you went to the doctor. And every time I come in here, Donna, it's things like that. You know, it really does. It really matters. Like if Rocky took one of my bus passes because he was like, oh, thanks, I really need it. Okay? You know, I've got a big old stack of them. I've got to go to the food bank and get another stack of them because it's new month now. But like these things like this really help. It's all about like these new patterns and these new habit forming kind of things. Like we are not that far from home. We are also not that far from where I just was, at the hospital, my doctor's appointment. My doctor meets at 2 places. He meets at 27th and Welton, where I was going a lot of times when I was homeless, but they also meet right here at the big hospital. And right here at the big hospital is where the big pharmacy is. And right now, what I'm doing, I'm just gonna grab something for lunch. But if I get in the habit of like, stop at the grocery store after my doctor's appointments, it kind of like eliminates, it's more efficient. And it's like, I know after the doctor's appointment, I'm going to stop at the grocery store. Then it's like, versus staying at 300 different places last year and never always being on that. It is returning to that normalcy. That's what I'm kind of learning today. Now today, I'm going to have to go back over to the pharmacy. We tried to do home delivery for my prescriptions. There was some issue with him getting in the gate and the phone wasn't working. It was getting replaced. So like those kind of things are getting smoothed out. Like right now, I'm going to be able to just go ahead. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and pick out what I want, because we also did Angel Heart food delivery, getting that set up today as a social worker. So they're like, now I'm going to be able to get me like my sushi, which I like, right? A little more expensive, but I'm going to have it supplemented. They're going to bring me the Angel Heart food delivery, the Meals on Wheels kind of stuff. So I'm going to be able to do this. I'm looking at these like, cheese and jalapeno stuffed mushrooms. I might do something like that because I can. And it's just like that awareness and knowing I can do that. But I'm going to stop here, and I'm also looking at reducing my miles on the scooter. Seriously. So if I come down here, it's only 2 blocks, but that's 2 blocks eliminated on the scooter because I thought about it. It's really that thinking smart. I'm thinking that those habit-forming things that people with homelessness never had to lose, it's having to gain those things back. And now I'm just going to get me whatever I want because I can. And that feels really good. It does. I have to go back over there to the farm. I'm making some cinnamon rolls. I like those. Ooh, like I'm just like, I'm happier. They're going to up my dosage of Latuda, by the way. They were like, how about we just go a little bit higher on that? So that's a good thing. But I'm telling you, like, these kind of things really do help me a lot. I've got my sushi here. When I get the sushi, I'm going to get me, like, the kombucha. The kombucha drinks, right here they are. Like, these things right here. Right there. The kombucha drinks and this, it's a healthier, lighter, leaner, cleaner meal, and it's in that health mindset, and it makes me feel better. It really does. It's not like the breads, and that heavier stuff. It's protein. It's a lighter meal. It's a little more expensive, but it just makes, it's like more in that health mindset, and this kind of stuff, like these kind of habits. These are kind of things that I don't think Gavin ever learned. And it's just like, I'm thinking about it, and it's really good. I said in that video a long time ago, when you get your food stamp card, you don't spend it all at 7-Eleven. You come out here and you get your sushi. It gets you like a better grab and go. But now I'm doing it because I can, because it's healthier, and because it's going to make me feel better the rest of the day. And it's just like something I can do because I can. And it's good. Alright, so like more habit forming stuff. So today, I've got my scooter paused, my free scooters paused. But, and we're not that far from home, but it's on the way between here and the doctor's office. There was a 50 cents off with a digital coupon. If I logged in, now the phone's not quite working yet, so I gotta get that problem solved. Gotta go back and get my prescriptions is what I'm working on kind of right now today. I'm gonna go home, have my nice lunch, and then probably go off to PCS, get the phone fixed, get the old one, do the backup. That's what I'm working on right now. Then go over to PCS, get that phone fixed, and then when I come back here, I'll have my Safeway account logged in. I'll be able to scan my digital coupon. If I just shop only here at Safeway, they've also got Safeways in California and San Francisco. Over at Kroger, it's some other brand of whatever it is. But here at Safeway and here in California, it's just the same thing. So it's just like, if I can get the habit of when I come back here, this will probably be like, I will be ready for my digital coupon and scanning that and saving the 50 cents on the drink. Couldn't do it today because, their Wi-Fi wasn't working right and my phone's data, that ain't working, but it will be. I'm thinking about when I come back here again, after I come back from the doctor's office or the library is also kind of near the doctor's office. Like having those habit forming, when I go down this way to Broadway, I'm coming back to home, stop at the grocery store, use my digital coupons, things like that. Really will help. And here I am, pretty much right back home. And I'm sitting here doing my scooter ride. I was thinking about how can I make that routine thing, about doctor's appointment about every month, or just, that kind of errand. How can I make that even better? Right? How can it be the very best it possibly could be? Well, probably make that appointment for like 9:30. Make it for about 9:30, 9:45, 9:15, somewhere in there. If I do that, I'm likely going to miss most of the traffic. On a scooter, it's going to be safer that way, right? And then I'll have the doctor's appointment. And then by the time the doctor's appointment's over, I get my free bus pass because Care Navigator won't have gone to lunch yet. She's unlikely to have gone to lunch. Appointment's over about 10:30, 10:45. She's probably going to still be there. Get my bus pass. From there, go right on to the grocery store. Still, it's before the lunch rush. If it's sushi, like right now, it's a little after lunchtime, about this time now. But like if I do that, then the sushi selection is likely to be the best it would be for that day, And then I would go do that, and then my plan to have some dogs later. Well, then I just slide on into lunchtime here at home, and it's time to take the dogs out. At the same time every day. If I go to the library, go to that library about 9:30. Miss the traffic. Similar type of, visit. Very similar area. Just a couple blocks down the road from Broadway is the hospital where I go to the doctor's office. But those are two places right there where it's like a very similar trip. Very similar kind of thing that puts me in that routine. And it's thought of for traffic, for safety, for optimizing, selection at the grocery store, for getting my digital coupons, for getting all of those things already ready, already in a habit way, so that when I get back, it's just like clockwork. It just works. It just works, and I don't have to think about it anymore. And it's working. Maybe I can optimize it even further after that. Maybe there's a particular day that's best to go to Safeway. Maybe I can make my doctor's appointments if they've got them available on a Wednesday or Friday. Maybe there's an advantage to having it done on Friday. I don't know, but I could be thinking about that. I really can be. And that makes me happy to be thinking about things like that. Versus, how am I going to survive all of the time? How can I live the best life possible? Just had my lunch and just put my cigarette butt in the trash can because Lou, my neighbor here, he doesn't even like them in the road. He walks the line, he helps me walk the line. I like Lou. And, I'm still using tobacco, but one of the things we talked about was smoking cessation. And if you ever tried to quit, you probably tried to quit many times. I know I have before I went homeless, and I'm not homeless anymore. And I saw a glimpse of this old Nate earlier in the video. I just played it back. See the old Nate? That was the old Nate before Nate went homeless. The third time. Looking like that is not something that was going to help me defeat homelessness. If you look too good when you're homeless, it really can be a detriment. And one thing I want to say right here is, there was some guys that helped me a lot when I was homeless. And one of the things that we knew to do was always have you a pair of swimming trunks ready. Always have you a pair of swimming trunks in your bag. Even if it's the only bag you carry, you want to have a pair of swimming trunks, because you never know. Sometimes having a pair of swimming trunks is what really gets you in somewhere a little bit better. But having that all of the time, so you have the swimming trunks with me now. I still have them in the house. I haven't went swimming yet. Don't really need to survive that way anymore. But being able to go beyond that, and being able to be that old Nate again. See, he never lost it. He never forgot where he came from. He never forgot that's who Nate used to be. But being able to form these new habits and being able to remember the cinnamon rolls that my mom probably can't remember making with me from scratch. I remember in the days when I had to have swimming trunks. I remember the old Nate. I remember that he never went anywhere. You just didn't know it. You just never saw him. And, you know, having that, I talked a lot about it earlier on, probably before I did videos. It was probably more Facebook posts, talking a lot about being not homeless, passable, and having that self-respect. I'm thinking now about doing things like having days where someone's staying with me and they ain't got a place. Well, we might get up and we might go to the St. Francis Center and we might shower. We can shower here, but we might shower there because for a nickel I get my razors. You get a razor over there for a nickel, and then I can educate somebody. Here's where you get your mail. Here's where you get your bus pass. Here's where you get your $5 or 5-cent razor. And here's how you defeat homelessness. Because I am very well educated on how to do those things, and I want to pass those skills on. But that old Nate never went anywhere. And it feels good to show you that old Nate. And here's a new one. Complete recovery in progress and living more richly all of the time. Man, I didn't know I was going to do all that when I did this video. Yes, this is the same shirt. 725 days from Atlanta to San Francisco. Finding out total cost of sleeping with a 7-year-old boy and surviving an interstate kidnapping. And coming right back to the same man I love. Oh. Have we ever seen that old Nate before? Well, I brought him back one time. In the video linked in the description. Something called something like Less Wild, More Wonderful, Nate's Illuminating Christmas Tree Chat or something like that. It's my video of Thanksgiving 2023. When my mother had laughed at me for still being homeless. And my brother had given up on pretty much everything. Still appears he's that way. We must care, pray, and hope for the best. And what I said too about swimming trunks and not having to live that way anymore. I really rarely live that way. There are guys out there. That's the only thing they know how to do. And that's what gets you in trouble. You should probably watch the male Hardships. Probably link that video in the description too. When you get caught up in that fast life of just looking good and not taking care of yourself, that's a problem. But there was some times, definitely last winter before that, when it was like, hey Nate, if you got a pair of swimming trunks, you can come with us and hang out in this hot tub. Wherever it was. And those times are precious memories for me. Because I didn't do it a lot. And you can watch all the rest of my YouTube and see that Nate was always at work and trying to get to work or doing something all the time. Being able to do a video like this. What did Michael Jackson say? You ain't seen nothing yet. When he won that video of the year. As much as I want to put in that History of P remix. As much as I wanted to put it in when I started showing the old Nate, I'm just going to link it in the description because it's the right thing to do. Alright, I'll catch you later.